to your winter flow. I hope your period is treating you well. For this practice, you are going to need a bolster, or maybe if you don't have a bolster, just a couple cushions, or as many cushions as you want, a couple of blocks or a couple of books if you don't have blocks, and feel free to put as many comforts around you as possible. Crystals, a cup of herbal tea, a cup of cacao, cushions, pillows, blankets, hot water bottle, anything that helps you with your period symptoms at the minute. So for our period cycle flow, we are going to start by laying down, of course, because we are in our winter. You deserve it. This is your rest phase. So just taking your shavasana straight away. So letting your arms and your legs be wider than your mat. Feel free to use a bolster straight away if you want to, under your knees. I'm just gonna lay flat because I feel like that's what I need right now. And you're just gonna let your body sink into the ground. Just check that your shoulders are not too up high to your ears. Just give your chin a little tuck in so that your neck is nice and long. Just lift your bum, tuck your pelvis under, and then bring your bum back down, just so we feel a complete support of our lower back. If you want to have your hands up and open to the sky, or maybe if you want to hold onto your belly if there's any sort of pain or sensation at this moment. And just let your body feel really heavy. Completely relax your face, relax your shoulders, especially relax your hips and your thighs and your feet and your toes. Take an inhale through the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. Just closing the lips naturally, no tension there. And we're going to take some Brahmari breath. This is our humming bee breath. So we're taking a natural inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, you're going to make the very last sound of Om, which is just This is as you exhale. You'll notice that your exhales will start to be a bit longer. This doesn't have to be loud at all. It can be really, really quiet, really, really soft. Just enjoy the vibration that you are creating. And just carry on with your humming breath. And we're just going to lift the knees up to the chest. Hold on to the kneecaps. Carry on with that humming. And just rocking side to side, enjoying that compression of the knees against the belly, against the chest. Carry on with that humming. And just starting to open the knees, giving the hips a circle. A lot of the best period poses are hip openers. You might find you get some tension in the hips, in the thighs, and just circling that other way, inwards. It helps the flow of your period. And it can relieve any sort of pain or sensation you're having. And just taking a happy baby, so lifting the feet up to the sky, holding the outer edge of the feet if you can, just bringing the knees down either side of the torso. You're not yanking your legs down because your knees won't enjoy this. Just let the natural weight of your arms do the job, and just push the sacrum down, this lowest part of the back, just pushing it down into the floor, and you'll feel a bit of a deeper stretch there in the groin, maybe right in the hamstrings. Stay here if this feels good. Or you can take a happy baby variation. You're going to keep the knees wide, but start to bring the toes close together. Just hold on to the fronts of the ankles and maybe just rock from side to side. Carry on with your Brahmari if that feels good, your humming breath. And then just closing the knees, holding the back of the thighs, taking as many rocks as you like up and down the spine. And coming back down onto the spine, taking a figure 4 stretch, so a version of pigeon. Right ankle on top of the left, holding the back of the left leg. Push that right leg into the left leg for 3, 2, 1, and relax. feel the stretch naturally happen after that pushing. Pushing the right into the left for 3, 2, 1, and release. Let that left leg drop down, taking a twist. You can always place your bolster or your cushions underneath your knees. Oh, that's nice. Let that chest open, let the shoulders relax onto the floor. Still humming if it feels good. And going over to the other side. Figure 4 stretch. Left ankle glued onto the right thigh, holding the back of the right thigh. Push the left into the right for 3, 2, 1, and release, and let that stretch happen. Pushing for 3, 2, 1, and release. Let that right leg drop. Let the left go over to the right side. Take your twist. Support that knee if you need. You're not pushing your body in your winter phase. You are resting. You are hibernating. You are recalibrating. Your body is doing so much. And we're just helping that process. And coming back onto the spine. Taking another couple rocks. We're going to come to our cross-legged pose when you're ready, Sukhasana. Crossing the legs, and we're just going to move in circles. This might feel really nice for the hips. Get the back involved, get the side body open, maybe open the chest, move the neck, rocking the other way in circles. Keep rolling round. And then taking a straight spine, lifting the crown of the head. You're going to lift the hands up to the sky, taking a prayer up, 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 reaching up with the fingertips to the skies, pressing the hands together if you can, bringing the hands down in prayer to the third eye, knowing and remembering that we receive so much wisdom when we're on our periods. Now is the time to come inwards, listen inwards. You may receive downloads, insights, ideas for creative opportunities. Bringing the hands down to the heart and just bowing down to your womb, bowing down to this process. Often we dread our periods coming or we ignore them, but just truly honouring and welcoming your bleed with love. And then just rubbing the hands together. Take a deep breath in. And just placing your hands down onto your womb space. That warm, healing hands. Closing the eyes. Just letting that healing energy sink into the womb space. And then slowly coming onto all fours. Oh. Hands and knees. Let your shoulders be over your hands. Let your hips be over your knees. And you're just going to let your body move intuitively. You might want to be really slow when you're on your period. You might want to move like water. You might want to move like very static movements. So you might just want to sit back in child's pose. You might just want to stay in cat for a bit. You might just want to be in tabletop and be still. Just listen to what your body needs, what your body wants. In your next exhale, you're going to push back into child's pose, but you're just going to roll through child. So you're going to inhale next, come onto your forearms, press your hands down, push your nose forward, let your forearms lift, open up your chest. You're in cow. Exhale, push yourself into cat, push back to child, bum goes back to heels. This is your flow for a few times. Inhale, forearms, palms. Push the nose forward, open to cow. Exhale, cat. Push back to your child's. Rolling cat-cow. Inhale, forearms, palms, push the nose forward, open the heart. Exhale, cat, push back. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Open the knees, bring the toes together, sorry. Push the bum back. We're taking a really, really wide child's pose. Now use your bolster whenever you wish. I'll give you times when I know that I like to use my bolster, but if you've got any other creative ideas for bolster use, please go ahead. But this is a really nice one for child's pose, and just let the head turn to your favourite cheek and maybe just swap after a few breaths. And just bring your awareness to your hips, to your root, to your womb space. Visualising your flow, that downward energy movement. And anytime you remember or want to come back to that humming breath, that Brahmari breath, it's really, really healing, really, really nourishing for the body and for the nervous system. And it does just remind us to take longer exhales, which we're usually quite bad at. So just enjoy that child's pose. Then when you're ready, push your bolster to the side. Still in your child's pose, you're going to lift that right arm up and off the floor and tuck it underneath the left armpit, taking a twist. If you want to get a bit deeper, you can lift the right arm up, try and hold that shoulder blade, give yourself a bit of a hug. You'll feel a bit of a deepening in that right shoulder. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Twist into the right with your left arm, if that made any sense. And if you did this, the extra little twist on the other side, lifting up that left arm, grab that shoulder blade, keep reaching the hand towards the top of the mat. And release. Back in your child, you're moving your hands to the left, off of your mat. Place your forehead down. If this is too much, you can always use a block or a book for child's pose as well. Rest your forehead on the block. And then walking back to the centre and over to the right side. Really feel the opening right down the sides of the body. Breathe into each rib cage. And come back to child's pose. Slowly walking back, sitting on your heels. Stay with the knees quite wide. If you need a block or a cushion underneath your seat, feel free. Lifting the prayer up once more. Reaching up to the skies. Bringing the prayer down to the third eye. Again, acknowledging the wisdom that we hold inside of us. Bringing it down to our heart space. Rubbing the hands together once more. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bringing the hands to the womb space and just making that womb shape. So bringing your thumbs together and your forefingers together. Just acknowledging that downward energy movement, energy flow. And just allowing your warm, healing hands to hold your womb. Acknowledging your winter, acknowledging your rest phase. Remembering that rest is not a reward. Rest is part of the work. Usually when we are in our rest phase, that's where magic is normally born. When we are resting, or when we are dreaming, or when we are most, in that chilled out sort of like groovy state, that's when something will come to us. That's when something is born, not when we are working, go, go, go. And releasing the hands. Slowly walking yourself into your down dog. Take your time. Honour your energy. You might feel really low in energy at the minute. So just honouring that, slowly pushing the bum up, padding the heels out. Taking your humming breath whenever you want, whenever you need. Or big exhales, whatever helps. Shaking the head. And feels really nice. Well, I believe so anyway. We're just going to bounce the knees. And I find this really, really nourishing and healing, like for the hips and the nervous system. So you're just giving a gentle bounce of the knees. Heels are lifted, knees are really bent. And this just sends like a nice shake to the bum, to the backs of the legs, to the back. Lifting the right leg. Doesn't have to be high at all, just giving the ankle a circle. Maybe give that right hip a circle, outwards and then inwards. And then the other side, lifting the left. Circling the ankle. Circling that left hip. And the other way. You're going to bring your body down to the ground. We're going to inhale, take it really slow. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, shift the weight forward. Really spread the palms, spread the fingers. Chest and chin down onto the floor like we do in a sun salute. You're just going to stay here for a breath. Elbows squeezed in. And letting the body fully sink into the mat. Bring your hands underneath your face, just resting on your favourite cheek. And similar thing that we just did, give your hips a shake here. Shake from side to side. Come back to your humming breath or just a nice big exhale. And stopping with that shaking. We're going to come into a wide cobra. So fingertips coming on the outside of the mat. Elbows out. You're going to inhale, tuck the chin. Slowly rolling up, lifting the chest. Let the face be the last to open up to the sky. And exhale, face is last again. So you're bringing your chest down. Keep that face lifted and slowly bringing it down. Inhale, rolling up. Doing this a few times. And exhale, slowly rolling down. One more, inhale. And exhale. You're going to grab the side of the mat now, pushing up. Try and squeeze the glutes if you can. If you want, you don't have to be completely active in this pose, but if you're just relaxed, then you'll find your shoulders just go up to your ears, your neck's disappeared, your lower back will probably start to hurt. So if you can just start to press the pelvis into the mat, lengthen the lower back, lift the neck, find that active pose, but we're not working too hard. And then we're just looking over to the right. See if you can see your right foot. You might not be able to, but that's just the direction we're going. Then looking over to the left. And release. Coming back down onto the body. You're going to lift your left leg up. We're just going to stay here for a while, which is lovely. So to get nice and comfy, you can place a cushion under your head if you want. So with the angle of this left leg, you want to get the knee as high as possible, but obviously you're not going to get it like up to your nose. You still want kind of the left hip to be on the ground, so you don't want it so high that that hip has come off the floor. The idea is that it's a very, very gentle hip opener. So you still want both hips pressed down onto the floor. So it may be that your left knee is down here. And I want your left calf to kind of find like a nice right angle. If that does feel funny on the knee, then just you can bring the foot in close. But just that will help with the hip opener and the inside of the thigh. So we're just going to stay here for a while, and you'll notice in this pose that it really encourages you to belly breathe. It's kind of impossible not to belly breathe in this pose. So if you just really bring awareness down to your belly, as you inhale, you'll feel your belly press into the floor, and as you exhale, you'll feel it go back to the back of your spine. You shouldn't have to force this, you shouldn't have to control this. Just bring awareness to it, know that it's happening. And just taking a few more breaths. Really relax that left hip. Really relax the shoulders, the face, the feet. You can always place a hot water bottle underneath your belly. I feel like that would be really nice in this pose. Couple more breaths and then we'll go on to the other side. And slowly bringing that knee down and turning it inwards. Just make sure it's parallel. The knee is facing right down to the floor. The top of the foot is on the mat. And then other side, bringing that right knee up. You'll always notice that one hip is tighter than the other. That is natural. We're not even. So honour each side. You're not always going to be able to mirror, even though we try to, because the point of yoga is to balance out our body. Honour your hips, because the structure of your hips will not change. We're born with certain joints and we have to work with that and love what we're given. So just find the good position. Make sure your hips are facing down as much as possible. Relax the bum. Relax the feet. If you want to turn over cheek, you can. And come back to that belly breathing. Bring your awareness down to your belly, down to your womb space. Couple more breaths. Make sure your jaw's relaxed and your face. And then slowly bringing that right leg down. Bring both legs parallel and just have another shake of the hips from side to side. Pressing the hands down, we're going to come back into our down dog. You don't have to go extreme with your down dog. In this winter phase, keep the knees nice and soft, lift the heels. You're going to bring that right foot forward. We're going to come into a lunge. Left knee and ankle down. Just give your shoulders a roll so that you're just not curved in the back and the shoulders. You want to open the shoulders, press the fingers down. And just let that hip soften as much as you can, this left hip. Try not to hold too much tension there, just let it fall down to the earth as much as you can. And then getting your 2 blocks or books or whatever you've got, peanut butter jars, candles, anything will do. Press your hands down into the blocks, push your bum back. We're taking a half split. You're going to lift up that right foot, try and flex the toes, and just try and lengthen out. So you'll notice that this will naturally happen. You'll get a curve in the lumbar spine and the middle spine. You want to try and lengthen out as much as you can. Lift your chest. You can always come up onto the higher level of the blocks. Open your chest. I do find that I get really tight hips, hamstrings, thighs. when I'm on my period. I guess it's maybe just that energy, or maybe just tension or emotions. Emotions is probably a big part of it. Half split variation, you're going to bring your bum down onto your back heel, and now you can take a nice curved spine. You can use your blocks if you want. Open up your forearms and your hands and bend over that leg. One more inhale. And exhale, push back onto that right foot. We're going to take a lizard. So opening that right foot to the very edge of your right mat. Now you can take whatever you feel ready for. You can keep that knee down, or the left knee down on the floor. You can lift that left knee, or what is quite lovely is to place that bolster or cushion underneath the left leg and just enjoy your lizard here. You can stay up on your hands, you can come down onto your forearms, you can bring your hands forward. That is very deep. So just listening into what your body needs right now. One more inhale. And exhale, removing that bolster or cushion. You're going to bring the foot back into the centre of the mat, that right foot. Tuck the back left toes. You're going to come into pyramid pose. It's going to be quite a large pyramid pose. You're literally going to just push your bum up, straighten that front foot. You can use your blocks again here if you want. Keep that back heel lifted. And we're going to go into an easy twist. Take another bend back into that right leg. Remove the blocks. Left hand presses down. Easy twist. Lift that right arm up. Like I said when we were in tabletop, if you feel like you want to be static in this phase of your cycle, if you want to have a little circle, whatever you feel like your body needs, this is your practice. And Skandasana, turning round, and just keep that bend in that right knee, lifting up the left toes. You can use your block as a support. You can place something under your heel. It doesn't have to be flat at all. Just try and keep the chest lifted, the crown lifted up. A couple more breaths. And turning back to the front of the mat, back to your lunge, keeping the fingertips back on the floor, or if you like, bringing the hands together to your prayer, lifting up an optional salute up to the sun. And release, finding pigeon. Right knee stays towards the top of the mat and right foot comes towards the crotch. You do not have to get your right shin parallel to the top of the mat. Absolutely not. And here you can use your bolster or cushions to just rest down. And just a couple more breaths. And slowly coming up, pressing the hands into the floor, open the heart. And release, moving the bolster to the side, pushing the hands down, tuck the back toes, kicking up to your three-legged dog if you just want to kind of open that hip, give a little circle of the hip. Coming back to your down dog, nice soft down dog, bringing the left foot forward, press that left foot down, right knee and ankle comes down, give the the shoulders a circle, press the fingertips down, open the heart space, relax the face, relax that right hip. And ready for your half split, pushing the bum back, left toes coming up, open the heart, nice long spine, long neck. And bum comes down. Blocks come down a bit further, placing your forearms down, open the forearms, open the palms, let the back relax over that left leg. Finish on an exhale, slowly come up, finding your lizard. Left foot goes to the edge of the mat, lifting up that back knee maybe, keeping it down or placing the bolster underneath that right knee. Just get as deep as you need in your lizard. Last exhale, and slowly moving the bolster out from underneath you. Bring that left foot closer into the center of the mat, lifting tucking the back toes, lifting the knee, just pushing the bum up. Keep the feet exactly where they are, just straightening that front leg as much as you can, resting the body over that left shin. Easy twist, bend into that left knee. Right hand glues down, lifting the left arm up. Maybe circling, maybe keep it still. And finding your skandasana, keep that bend in that left knee, lifting up the right toes, opening the chest, lifting the crown of the head. Slowly coming back to your lunge, bringing down the right knee and the right ankle. Optional salute, lift the prayer, big breath in. And exhale, finding your pigeon. Left knee is facing the top of the mat, resting on your bolster or your cushion. Just a couple more breaths, really sink into the pose, sink into that left hip. next exhale, removing the bolster. Pressing the hands into the floor, pushing back up to your down dog or three-legged dog, opening that left hip. Walking the feet to the hands, and we're going to take a malasana. So opening the feet a little bit wider, then opening the toes, bringing the pelvis down. And then you can always use a block or a bolster to help support your malasana. And like with Skandasana, we're just keeping the chest open as much as we can. And this is a really good pose for digestion, for our periods. That grounding energy, the opening of the hips, downward flow. We're just going to take a little flow here. Inhale, lift the right hand, opening the chest. Exhale, bringing the hand down. Inhale, lifting the left. And exhale, coming down. One more time. Inhale, lifting the right. Exhale. Inhale, lifting the left. And exhale. Pushing the bum up to the sky. Our one and only standing pose, and we're not even really standing, is ragdoll. One of the best poses in the world. Just let your body completely hang. If it helps, sometimes we can have a bit of a naughty neck where it tries to look at the mat, and we don't want it to look at the mat because that means we've still got tension here. You want to try and look through your legs. So it's sometimes helpful to clasp your hands behind the back of your head to encourage that relaxation. To have a little sway, soft knees, really, really soft knees, soft back. Nothing has to be straight. Coming back into your malasana, opening your feet a little bit wider, and then coming down onto the bum. Oh, well done. We're going to come into a few more poses, yin style poses, and then we're going back on the floor. So we're going to come into our butterfly. So with this butterfly, you don't have to, because it's not going to be super active, you don't have to bring your feet really close towards you. You can have your feet nice and wide, so you're making that sort of diamond shape. And now we are going to create a nice little ledge with your, if you've got it, your block and a bolster, and you can just rest. Oh, mine's not playing ball, but there is a way you can do it. Maybe it's this floor. Maybe it's better on my mat. Or just rest on a load of cushions. But I don't want you to have a straight spine. I want you to just rest as, there we go. That's better. I want you to rest as much as you can. Let the hands fall to the floor. And if you can, open up the forearms and the hands. This opening up of the forearms and the hands is just a really nice symbolisation of just openness and receiving any sort of healing, receiving any sort of wisdom or information, being open, allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. And also it can be a sign of release. So if you are experiencing any sort of severe sensation or pains or discomfort or even emotions, you're allowing them to be released. Feel them first, acknowledge them first, don't just push them down. Always acknowledge. See them with love. Exhale them out. If you want to go a bit deeper in your butterfly, you can. But this phase is not about pushing yourself. Just bringing your awareness to your hips. Really try and let go of the hips. One more exhale. Slowly pushing up. We're going to take a forward fold, but not for too long. Then we're going to come into a wide forward fold. So let your legs come out in front of you. The knees can be soft. You can place like a blanket underneath them with support. And again, your legs can be a little bit open. In an active pose, I'd always say squeeze the feet together. They can be a little bit open. You can place your bolster on top and just rest over. You can always come back to that humming breath or some big exhales. Just a couple more exhales. And slowly rolling up. I'm going to open our legs to a wide pose. Nothing too extreme, and again we're just going to come forward. You can always make it higher and higher if you need the support. This is a really good one for any sort of period pains and emotions, release of emotions. I always find I'm very tight in this pose on my period or just after my period. Just checking in with your inner thighs and your hamstrings, just to check that you're not holding, you're not tensing them. It's easy to do so when we're opening something. It kind of tries to protect itself by tensing. So just try and let go. But we don't want to be in like an extreme pose. We want to find the kind of sweet spot of the gentle opening rather than trying to increase flexibility. So a few more breaths. Taking your last exhale, whenever you get there, slowly pushing yourself up. Be gentle. I've been in that position for a good few breaths, so slowly just bringing your legs together. And we're just going to bend at the knees, moving the knees from side to side, bringing the hips inwards. So we're doing like the opposite, just to keep our hips happy. And then we're going to slowly come down. Slowly coming down. Oh, we're going to take one more twist. Right leg drops over. Maybe we're not using the bolster this time, just to get a bit deeper. Opening the chest, big exhale. Over to the other side. Oh, that was nice. Big exhale. And then we're going to get ourselves comfy. We're going to come into reclined butterfly for a few breaths, and then you have the option to stay there if that's feeling good, or you can come into your full Shavasana. So reclined butterfly, which is the ultimate period pose. If you don't want to do anything, do this. Do it in bed, do it whenever you can, just get on the floor and recline your butterfly. So knees are open. You can always support, so much support during this winter phase. Put blocks under your knees. This is a good one. Place a block at the top of the mat, and then your bolster So it's like a little slide. So it's kind of like an upright reclined butterfly. You can hold your belly or have your arms out, palms up, and just holding here for a few breaths. Completely relax the face, completely relax the hips. Giving the body time to recalibrate. Respecting your body's cycle. Respecting that this is a time of shedding physically and emotionally. This is a natural cleanse for the body. How lucky we are to have that. Acknowledging any sort of sensation, pain, emotion. These are coming up for a reason. Our body gives us signals for a reason. It's not just torturing us for fun. I know that it can be so painful sometimes. But maybe lean into that. Why? Why are we feeling this? What could it be? What do we need to release? What do we need to change? If this is comfy, feel free to stay here. Or if you want to come completely flat in Shavasana, or use any pillows under your knees, I'm just staying here for the last few minutes, or you can continue on after this video. Holding onto your womb or your belly and your heart, or opening up your hands. Rest is not a reward. You are totally worthy of rest. Rest is where the magic happens. Give yourself thanks for giving yourself this time to rest, to tune into the body, to move, to nourish, to honour your cycle, to honour your bleed. That is truly amazing. Staying in Shavasana if you can, for as long as you can, or for as long as you want. Or slowly turning over to your favourite side. Coming into the fetal position. That safe position, how we started in the womb, how we came into this life. Pushing your hands into the mat, slowly, slowly coming up. Stay with that same slow, gentle energy. Find your seated pose. Bring your hands to prayer at your chest, bowing down to your bleed, to your womb, to your cycle, to your body, to yourself. Slowly lift your head, open your eyes. Thank you.